Hey guys, it's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd get outside and shoot a little video. I promised a couple of people I'd do a review video on YouTube of this new Patriot 18K slider from B&W Hitch. I recently decided to upgrade my fifth wheel hitch and did a lot of research and found this to get really good ratings, and a lot of people had a lot of good things to say about it. So I'm going to go over my experience with it and tell you what I like about it and one issue I had with it, but we found a way to overcome that, so we'll get to it. Okay, so this is my old hitch. This is just a pretty basic slider. If you tow an RV already, you might already have one of these. It's a Husky Easy Roller, and you know, they work. I'm not going to say they don't, but they're kind of a pain in the neck. This lever here is the lever you'd pull out to release your slider, and I don't know if I can get the shot here, but you can see the two holes where that would latch into for your forward and rear positions. Like I said, they work, but they're kind of a pain in the neck. I found a lot of times I was having to get in the bed and kick this thing with my foot to try to get it to release. If you had any pressure on it at all with the slider, or you know, with the weight of the trailer pushing or pulling on the truck, it was kind of really a pain. They're really loose and rattly. I mean, you can hear all that noise. Imagine that when you're driving down the highway hitting bumps. I live in Michigan, so our Michigan roads, it's a pretty noisy ride, and it kind of makes you a little uneasy when you hear things banging and clunking in the back of the truck. So that's all for the old one. That's probably what you have now if you already pull a fifth wheel with a slider. If you get a short box like I do, it's kind of a necessary evil, but that's enough with that one. Let's go look at the new one. Okay, so here we are at the truck. This is the new Patriot 18K by B&W. It is a sliding hitch. Very, very smooth, very quiet hitch. I never knew pulling a fifth wheel could be so quiet. The other one banged and clunked so much, and it's all we ever had that you know, we didn't know any better. But we recently looked into buying a new truck, and that didn't work out. But when I was looking at new trucks, I was looking at hitches at the same time, and I came across this Patriot brand, and they make the hitches that'll drop right in the new puck systems in a lot of the new trucks, and they just look like a really well-built hitch. And we're going to be in this truck for a couple years yet, so I thought I'd give it a shot and see how we like it. But very, very simple to latch and unlatch. Smooth, very smooth operation. The lever here releases your slider, you know, and it's that easy. You know, 2 fingers and it lifts that easy. And I don't care if you've got the weight of the trailer pushing on it or not. It releases every time, and slides very smooth. The big difference between this slider and the old one, other than, you know, I shouldn't say the big difference. The big difference is it's a lot quieter, but a main difference would be a better term, is this is a 12-inch slider. That slider I showed you a few minutes ago, that Husky, is a 9-inch slider. So what I did run into is with the tailgate shut, with that hitch slid back, the nose of the trailer, the tongue of the trailer, actually contacted the tailgate slightly. We were able to overcome that by dropping the tailgate, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. I'm going to hook the truck up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so we got the truck all hooked up. Got the camera sitting on the tailgate. Hopefully it doesn't vibrate too bad when I fire the truck up here, but I'm going to go ahead and release this. It's in the forward position right now. I'm going to release it and pull the truck ahead so you can see the slider in action here. So there you have it. I have noticed a couple of times that this has not latched on its own. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. It says in the paperwork that it automatically latches itself when you get in either position. This one seems to be sticking once in a while. Sometimes it locks, sometimes it doesn't. But that's pretty minor for me anyway. But the problem I had, I'm going to move the camera here just for a second and I'll show you what's going on with the tailgate. Okay, hopefully you can see this. It's kind of dark in here, but I bring my tailgate up here. I'm hitting my wiring right here, and I'm actually hitting this electrical box where the junctions are. And if I were to slam that shut, it's not going to latch. Obviously you can see how far I am, but when I slid this back the first time, the tailgate was closed. So fortunately I was going really slow and I did feel it bump the tailgate and I didn't do any damage, but like I said, this is a short bed truck and Dodge runs a 6'2" box. With a 6'2" box, the 9-inch slider worked fine. I never had any trouble, but 12 inches of slide is a little bit too much for these. The good thing is, if you can see in the video, I've got all kinds of room in here with the tailgate down. And we actually maneuvered a full jackknife in the campground with this trailer, with this tailgate down. I wasn't back there to see it, but my wife told me I had a good 6 to 8 inches of clearance. In fact, what I might do real quick is stop video and back the truck in here at an angle and see if I can get that shot for you and put a tape measure. Okay, so we're hooked up again here, and our hitch is still in the rearward position. I didn't lock this, but I'm not going anywhere. So you can see here, if I get in on this tape measure, it's upside down, but that's 12 inches. 12 inches of clearance with that thing slid back and the tailgate down. So the fact that it slides back 12 inches gives us enough room we can drop the tailgate and make our maneuvers with no problem. So was it a problem? Yes, no, I don't know. It's going to depend on your particular truck, I guess, and the arrangement you've got, but with my trailer it worked out great. I will tell you, I contacted B&W Hitch, and they were really helpful on the phone. They were very interested in wanting to know details. I sent them a lot of photos of this. They were just great people to work with. So, real quick in closing, like I said, I can't say enough good things about the B&W Hitch. Very quiet, smooth hitch. Very pleasant towing experience. No rattling, no banging, no clanging. The minor issue that I had with it hitting the tailgate was resolved simply by just lowering the tailgate. And like you see, we've got lots of room here. I will tell you their customer service was very attentive to the situation, and they're already talking about maybe revamping it and making it a 9-inch slider. I don't know that they'll do that, but made it sound to me like they were very concerned that their product was possibly going to interfere with some tailgates out there. A lot of different truck and trailer combinations out there. You know, it's hard to plan for everything, but I will tell you that the newer trucks, they all sit a lot higher than this one does. And the higher the truck sits, the worse that clearance is going to get back here, because you have to maintain that 6-inch loft clearance here between the box side and the trailer. And in order to do that on these new trucks, you've got to tow them nose high. And that usually you're going to wind up seeing that 6 to 7-inch clearance in the front, and by the time it gets to the back you're down to 3 or 4. And if you're pulling out on level ground and you're backing into a campsite that's got a drop, you're really getting awful close to hitting your truck and your trailer together. So we actually watched it happen this weekend. A guy with a newer Dodge truck did exactly that. He backing into his campsite and crushed his driver's side box. So kind of a bummer for him. You know, didn't exactly start their weekend off the way they had planned. But like I said, if you're looking to upgrade your hitch, or if you're just getting into fifth wheel towing for the first time, highly recommend these B&W hitches. They make a variety of hitches. All their fifth wheel hitches use the same technology as far as the top mechanism that hooks to the kingpin. The pivots are the same. You've got a neoprene bushing in there, and it just makes it really super quiet. So again, great customer service and great product. If you're looking to upgrade or buy your first fifth wheel hitch, I'd highly recommend these B&W hitches.